Welcome to Bronze Medal Moms, the podcast where we aren't going for gold, we're going for bronze on the daily. I'm Amy.
And I'm Amanda, and we are here to remind you that you don't have to be perfect to show up, survive, and even thrive in motherhood.
Hey, Bronze Medal Moms. Okay, last week we interviewed J.M. Jackson, the author of the book Dear Diary, Letters to My Daughter. Wasn't she amazing?
Oh my gosh, yes, I'm obsessed with that book. Amy, what do we have this week?
Well, Amanda, with all of the holiday fun coming this week, we actually have bumped up our coffee talk for a week. And yes, we're going to be talking holiday movies, fave holiday memories, and even a dead hedgehog. Yep, you heard that right.
Oh my gosh, I'm reliving it all right now. So get cozy, grab your coffee, your gut health drink, or maybe a cocktail if you're listening late at night. I don't know, as usual. But as usual, don't forget to share, subscribe, and leave us a review. Wait a second, Amy, is that a new sweatshirt? Because you're looking like the coziest chaos queen I've ever seen.
Well, thank you. I actually got it from this new exclusive brand, Bronze Medal Moms. Have you ever heard of it?
Oh, that's so weird because I also happen to have this adorable mug that says Bronze Medal Moms.
Stop. I heard that one's limited edition. It's only available to moms who survive school drop off without crying or cussing.
So, like, 6 of us.
Exactly.
Seriously, though, guys, our Bronze Medal Moms merch is now officially available.
Yes, our listeners asked for it and we delivered.
Our sweatshirts and tees are so comfy, funny, and perfect for moms who are proud to make it to the podium but don't need that spotlight.
And our cereal for dinner cloth bag is a must have for all.
I love that one. So grab your sweatshirt, trucker hats, or a mug and wear it proudly and let everyone know you're doing okay and that's enough.
And give a gift for that next holiday party. We even have scented candles that are perfectly usable but very hilarious.
So shop now before we forget to restock.
Welcome back, Bronze Medal Moms. It's my favorite day of the whole entire month. It is our December Coffee Talk episode. Hey, Amanda.
Hey, Amy, it's mine too. I love it. And I love that people like hearing us just talk.
Yes, I was afraid these would be like the lamest episodes, but so many of our listeners out there wish that they could interact with us because they tell me when they listen to our Coffee Talk episode, they catch themselves wanting to engage in the conversation and like talk
I've heard
back.
the same, that they
Yeah.
catch themselves talking to the radio or their phone.
I love that. Well, maybe one of these days we'll do a live episode where people can actually interact with us live. I don't know.
That'd be really fun.
It sounds really fancy though. I don't know if that's above our pay grade.
All right. So, how are you holding up stress level wise with Christmas being what, 4 days away?
So I am 100% ready to go into holiday sloth mode.
Yes.
Yes, I'm here for it. I'm so ready. We, go to Ohio and I'm hang out at my parents' house and I'm ready. I did all of my shopping early. I scored almost everything on Black Friday when it was on sale.
Love that.
I mean, the downside to that though, and I saw her today on social media in the stories, no new things. Ashley Piper would probably be upset with me right now. But because I shop so early, I've caught myself buying extra things like, oh, maybe we need just a little bit more. No, I don't.
Did you? Okay, full confession. If you haven't heard some of the No New Things episodes, go back and listen to Ashley Piper's No New Things episode.
Yeah.
Full confession, Amy. Did you end up buying, what was it, a Hawaiian shirt for your dog? Or have you bought your dog's Santa outfits?
They have matching Santa pajamas that are like several years old.
Okay, they're several years old. That's fine.
Yes, they've been passed down from previous dogs. So I've not bought anything new for that.
Okay, that's good. Then I think you're fine.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I'm ready to go in full on sloth mode, like on the couch, watching movies, eating cookies, and just doing all things holiday.
Do you know what? That's funny you say that. And I like that term, sloth mode, because that's very much. So mid-December, Chris and I were and we were also doing like a little bit of a small remodel this December,
Mhm.
but we're sitting on the couch and he's like, "You okay over there?" And I was like, I don't even know. I was, I was like, I don't know if I'm sad or I'm fine. And I was like, I'm just, and he's like overwhelmed. And I go, yes. And for some reason, the first 2 weeks of December in my mental load brain, it it was that Christmas was tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're out of time, we're out of time, we're out of time.
Right.
And Chris was like, yeah, I've been feeling the exact same way. I keep thinking Christmas is tomorrow. And I'm like, and at this time, we were like, we still have 2 more weeks. What
Yeah.
are we stressing about? And I was like, you know what? We are. We're going to knock all this out. The kids are going to be out of school and we're going to go into sloth mode and it's going to be
Right.
awesome.
Well, and I feel like part of that is because on November 30th, you feel like you have all this time to get ready for Christmas.
Right.
And then bam,
Maybe that's
like,
it.
yeah, literally the next day you're like, oh, I'm behind.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe that
Yeah.
was it. And I just kept having to remind myself like I have time. I have time.
Yeah.
It's fine. And you know what? Even now, 4 days till Christmas, you got time.
Yeah.
Run to
We
Target or
have time.
Walmart. Find something good.
Yes,
Go to the
we have
thrift store.
we
Look at
have
a
time.
gem.
Well, so do you do like holiday baking or what is your I know you said you bring for parties, you always bring ice, which is brilliant. But like,
So
do you guys do
before
baking? Yeah.
Okay, I do have a few things I make. I
Okay.
used to bake and cook a lot before Chris, but Chris
Yeah.
is the baker, he's the cooker. It's just
Right.
better.
Right.
So it's fine. I do still make though oyster crackers. You know those oyster crackers
Oh,
that have
yeah, yeah.
like the lemon seasoning and the garlic and I still make those for Christmas. And then I also make, ooh, I should post this because it is awesome. It is a Chris's family actually asks me to make this every year, which makes me feel like I can cook, which
Mm,
makes me
mm,
like so excited.
right.
You make it in a pie dish, and it's the worst possible. It's like basically everything you would put on a baked potato, but then squished together. And
Oh.
so it's bacon, it's cream cheese, it's sour cream, it's cheese, it's chives, and then you mix all that together, and then you put Ritz crackers on top, and then you put jalapeno jelly on top and bake
Oh.
it,
Oh.
and then eat it with Ritz crackers or something else, and it is heaven.
Well, that's
Absolutely.
not, yeah, that's not where I thought you were going. I was like, wait, I was thinking sweet treats, but that sounds delicious.
No, that's our appetizer that I always get asked to bring that appetizer. So really, yeah, look at that. I don't make anything. And you know what? I don't make anything sweet because Chris he does the pies, which I'm not a big pie person, but he makes a crap ton of bread
Oh,
around Christmas.
gotcha.
And I have to force him to give it away because we can't have loaves and loaves. And I'm talking like pumpkin bread, strawberry bread, banana bread. Like it is so good that I'm like, we
Yeah.
can't have this in the house. I'll
Oh,
gain 1,000,000 pounds. There's no way. You can't just have a loaf of bread. I will eat the entire loaf myself.
my college roommate, that was her snack of choice. She would have a loaf of bread and specifically
It's
potato
a terrible
bread.
snack of
Oh,
choice.
potato bread. She loved it. Like we would be in our apartment and there'd be a loaf of bread like on the couch or like on the little end table, and that was her snack.
Oh, Chris makes some delicious. That's the three I'm thinking of. Maybe I'm missing one. I feel like I'm missing one. But pumpkin, banana, and strawberry bread. The strawberry bread, I had never had that before I met Chris, and that stuff is good.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow.
But yeah, what about you? What are you baking? Good.
We go again, we go to Ohio. So we don't actually do much in the holiday spirit here in
Do you go
Texas.
into like daughter mode in Ohio that you're like, no, mom will do it?
Well, yes and no. My mom is not a baker. Like she
Okay.
cooks. But we do things together. So we'll definitely do the old school like cut out sugar cookies and decorate those. Um, and
Cute.
then
Super cute.
yeah, Steve always makes his sausage gravy one morning. And one thing that I love that I started making several years ago, they're peppermints. They're like soft peppermints.
Yum.
They're like soft sugar peppermints. So I always make those. Um,
You know, I just went to my neighbor made a Yule log, which is very hard to
oh,
make.
yeah.
And but she had these things. We did like a little progressive dinner around the cul-de-sac. And the funniest part was, it was delicious. The Yule log was phenomenal, delicious, just absolutely amazing. But she had like little acorn decorations and little berry decorations. And she told us, she's like, no, this is a real acorn. And we're talking it's maybe like an inch big. It's
Yeah.
not big. It's a little
Right.
mini acorn. And we were like, that's not a real acorn. And she's like, no, it's a real acorn. Try it. And you would try it and you bite into it and it's like a gummy. Like it's been, I don't know how, but it's been like gummified and it's super, super sweet.
And she makes this.
She did. Well, I think she might have bought those,
Okay.
but it's super, super sweet. She made the Yule log. I think she
Oh,
bought the
okay.
pine
I'm
cones.
with you. Okay.
But you bite into it, it's super sweet that you're like, oh my gosh, that's so good. There is the most awkward aftertaste that comes in 20 seconds later that you're like, oh no, that's a pine cone. I don't want to eat a pine cone. That's a bad, why am I eating a pine cone?
Oh, that's hilarious.
I don't know what I thought a pine cone would taste like, but I was like, that's terrible. And that's a
Oh,
pine cone.
yeah.
And so it was like the guy, I even brought one to Chris that I was like, you got to try this. It's so delicious. And he's like, I know it's not delicious and you're making me try it. I was like, I just want to see your face.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah. So I'm totally ready to be in sloth mode. I'm here for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Well, speaking of animals,
oh my gosh. Speaking of animals, yes.
I have quite the terrible story.
Ugh.
So
Okay.
this
So,
actually, this backtracks. This is over Thanksgiving break.
well, so
But
you started to mention, in full disclosure to our listeners, you started to mention it to me. I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and I was like, wait, that sounds like a conversation for coffee talk.
yes.
So you're welcome,
And she's
listeners.
like, no more talking. That is
Yeah.
a coffee talk conversation.
Oh.
So, some sweet dear friends of ours, they live down the street. They were going overseas on a trip, so they were gone for like a week. And they had someone watching. They have two big dogs, a hedgehog, and a and some fish.
Mhm.
And so they were going out of town, but the person watching the pets wasn't going to be able to watch them for like 2 days. And so instead they were like, well, hey, could you just go over to the house and like check in on them? And they're like, they'll be fine. And they were really, it was like one night,
Right.
2 days and one night. So super easy. Um, and my kids love their pets. So like we played fetch with the dogs. We went over there 3 times a day, fed the dogs, played with them, played with the hedgehog.
Which is
We
great.
didn't have to feed the fish.
Yeah, but you can get your dog fix.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, we had so much fun. And every time I left, I'd put like jazz. I put classical music on at
Ooh.
night for the
Ooh.
dogs and jazz during the day,
Well,
so that they
that,
thought it was a little more
well, that
up.
makes sense. You don't want to get them all jazzed up before bed when they're
No, we can't have
sleeping.
jazz at bedtime. So I had classical music at bedtime. But so and so like I had like a nightlight on for the dogs. Like they were loved. Everyone was loved.
Yeah.
Well, so the friend, their flight was supposed to be in on Friday, and like they were supposed to be home at 6 p.m., something like that. And I had texted her at noon and I was like, hey, everybody looks good. We just, played with the dogs, played with the hedgehog. Everyone's doing great. They're so excited to see you. Welcome home,
Hmm.
blah, blah, blah. And she texted me back and she's like, hey, our flight is delayed. I don't think we're actually going to be home till like 9 p.m. Would you mind going and giving the dogs dinner? And I was like, of course not. That's no big deal. So we go over, get the dogs their dinner, get everything ready for them to come home. And just on a whim, Rue goes, I'm going to go check on the hedgehog again. And I go, don't bother that hedgehog. It is a nocturnal animal. That animal is still sleeping. Like, just let it be. And she was like, no, no, I just want to see it. And we go upstairs and like hedgehogs burrow. They burrow in these little things. And Rue's like, I can't get him out of his little pouch. And I was like, well, here, let me just wiggle him a little bit. And that thing fell out like like a 10-pound weight, just thud.
Oh no.
And Rue burst into tears. She's like, what happened? What happened? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And I was like, oh my gosh, like trying to control the expletives that are about to come out of my mouth. That I was like, you were fine at 1 p.m.
Right.
Now it's 6 p.m. What happened? And I'm telling you, this thing ate, drank, pooped the all week. It was totally fine.
Oh
And
no.
I'm just beside myself. So my main concern like one was consoling Rue. And
Right.
then I was so concerned because it was the little girl's hedgehog. And I was like, what? I can't let her come home
No,
to
to a
this.
dead pet?
Right. So I was like, I guess I'll just take it.
You did not.
So I like very lovingly, I wrapped it in this little blanket and put it into this little
Amanda.
pouch. And I was like, well, we're gonna take it. Well, then as I'm leaving the house, I panic and I think, what if their phones are dead? Like, I don't know what happens on long flights. What if their phones are dead? And I had texted her, and I just texted flat out what happened. That I was like, hey, you need to call me. The hedgehog died. Call me. But then I was like, oh my gosh, what if her phone's dead and she doesn't get the message and she doesn't know where it is and we don't know what's happening? Like, that wouldn't have happened. Somebody would have had
Right.
a working phone.
Right.
But my brain right then was not working. And so I went to the neighbors because I they had left the neighbors' contact, and then making it even worse, the neighbors were having a party
Oh my
there,
gosh.
and I knock on the door and I was like, hi, could you come outside real quick? And I'm holding the dead hedgehog. And they were like, I told them what happened. They're like, oh no. And I was like, so I have it at my house. So if they come home and I don't know, I just feel like I need to tell somebody else. And they're like, they were so sweet. They were so kind. So then the mom did call and she was like, it's okay, things happen. And I was like, how's your daughter? And she's like, she's just sad she wasn't there and all
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Well, she comes into my house to get the
Oh,
hedgehog.
wait,
I
wait.
start crying
No,
the
wait. What
second
did
I
you
see her.
when
Huh?
you brought it to your house? Tell me again. What did you do with it at your house?
I put it in the garage
Okay.
because it was cold in the garage. I had it in my car. And then my sister was like, what if it starts to smell? And I was like, it's not going to be in there for more than an hour. And she's like, but what if it does start to smell? And I'm telling you, people are like, it's a hedgehog. Were you sure it was dead? Like, I pumped on this hedgehog on his little chest. Like,
You gave
I,
you like gave it CPR. Not
it
mouth to
was, I
mouth,
did
but like
everything
just
I could for
oh
this
my
poor little
god.
hedgehog.
Oh my
Well, so then she comes and picks it up. I have it in this little pouch. I give it to her. And I'm crying. Rue's crying. Then she starts crying. And she could not have been more gracious and more kind about it. Come to find out, we were watching like a hospice hedgehog
Oh,
that
that would
they knew that
okay.
this was probably going to happen. They said that he was like he's over 2 years, and they're like 2 years is pretty good for a hedgehog. But then they're like, I don't know, sometimes they live longer. So it was kind of one of those like the vet said it could be any day now, but it could also be a year
That would have
type
been good to
thing.
know though.
Right. And so that made me feel better that it wasn't like she
Right.
was coming home, the sweet girl was coming home to no idea, like, what did you do?
Right.
And I was like, I have pictures of it so happy hours before. But I will say, this family is just an amazing family anyway, but they were so kind, they were so gracious. But still, I was like, I cannot. When I texted Chris and I was like, the hedgehog died, he was just like, what
Oh.
the hell? I was like, I know.
Oh my gosh. Well, so I have a story about a hedgehog. You actually know her, but when we lived in the RV, we visited different people.
Yeah,
And one of the people we visited, she lived in New Hampshire, and we parked in her driveway and we stayed at her house with her and her husband. Um,
I remember this.
Remember this?
Yes, yes, yes.
And she had a daughter who at the time was well, she's still a little bit older than Adelaide, but at the time she was Adelaide's age that she is now. I think she was probably like
Yeah.
11 or 12. And we get in her house, and she in New Hampshire, the homes are, I think they have a word for them, some sort of a box, but they're like 3 stories. It's definitely not like Texas homes at all. It's kind of
Well,
like
and
a
is it
hot
like
box.
it's a split level? That's what it's
Well,
called.
yeah, but it also is like for the heating. I don't know, but they're very tall houses.
Yeah. But they also have
She,
like the split level, like you come in on a mid level and there's like a
yeah,
down and an up.
maybe, but she had like a third floor.
Oh,
And so she tells us that's where like the guest bedroom is, but that's also where they keep the hedgehog.
which
And
isn't a nocturnal animal.
right, which she proceeds to tell me, this is a lesson to all the bronze medal parents out there whose kids may want a hedgehog. So she said, lesson learned, her daughter saved up her money. I'm talking like a few $100s to buy this
They're not
hedgehog.
cheap. Yeah,
They're
they're a
not
couple hundred
cheap.
bucks.
Yeah. And she buys the hedgehog, but you're right. What they don't tell you that you don't know, not only are they nocturnal, but hedgehogs run at night. They have to run like so many miles.
Yeah.
And so she said that hedgehog would keep them up all night long running on its little squeaky wheel. But
Yep.
then she said the kicker was then it would also poop while it ran. And because it's in the wheel, it would spatter it all over the cage. And then their whole house smelled, or their whole floor smelled like poop. They're like, it is the worst pet ever. It is awful. They definitely should still not be pets. They should be like out running in the wild and pooping somewhere. But they had to move it up to the third floor because it stunk so bad and kept them up
Oh,
all night.
have you ever seen a hedgehog though in the wild? I don't think I've ever seen
No,
a
I don't even know if
wild
that's,
hedgehog.
I'm gonna have to like Google it.
I know, that's worth a Google just to see
Yeah.
what they would look like.
Yeah. But so, yeah, hedgehog. So from that moment on, I was like, noted, no hedgehogs. Nope. Mm-mm.
Do you
We're,
know what Rue wants a pig so bad? Spoiler
oh,
alert, she's not getting a pig. She's listening. But she wants a miniature pig, which actually I'm for. I had a friend that had a pet pig growing up, and it was like they're like dogs. You can train them to be they'd be litter trained and all the things, and you can walk them, stuff like that. But this girl at or this woman, she's one of the moms at school, they have pigs,
oh,
and they I was asking her and I was like, okay, Rue really wants this pig. And she did this adorable PowerPoint presentation that really was really well done. It
yeah.
gave pros and cons of having
Okay.
a pig. So it wasn't just like, I just want it because I want it. Like she
Right.
was doing her research, she knew what she wanted to get.
Right.
And the mom was like, she has made some great points. I think she would be a great pig owner. Pigs are great pets. And she said, I would tell her she cannot have a pig until she volunteers at a pig farm and realizes
Oh,
what their poop smells like. And
oh.
she said, it is like no other animal. It's awful. And it will fill your entire house. I was like, oh.
Ugh, yeah. Oh, I wouldn't even know. So we are a solid pet family, but like only dogs. We are not exotic. We don't own exotic pets at all.
I've only done I feel like you can do an exotic pet if that's what you do. Like don't have dogs and like a goat.
Oh, right. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But
I
like
did
if you just
try.
got goats, that's what you got. You got goats.
Well, when Adelaide was in kindergarten, we took home over the summer, uh, or maybe no, had to, we took it home over Christmas break because summer was COVID. Over Christmas break, we took home the class pet and they were hermit crabs.
Ooh, I love hermit. I had hermit crabs growing up. I love
Oh
them.
my gosh, I never had, and we love those stupid things.
They're
Like,
so fun.
and they're so like entertaining to watch, and when they would like molt and switch shells and all the things. So
Yeah, you would think they're the most boring pet, and they're so much fun.
they're so much fun. We got attached to those dumb little things. So then she went back to school and then she moved up into first grade, we tried to talk the first grade teacher into also getting a class pet. And Adelaide was really into dragons back then. So I did all the research on a bearded dragon. And apparently they are like the number one class pet because they're easy, they're simple, they're great for kids, they're like good to be held. And then so I almost like we were like so close to getting a bearded dragon here at the house. But then finally, I think Steve talked some sense into me and was like, what are you doing? No, like we can't even take care of all the dogs we have. Like, we're not getting a
I
bearded
was gonna say, yeah, those.
No.
But you know at those pet shows, like you rent like a petting zoo, they
Yeah.
always have a bearded dragon.
Yeah. Yeah. They say they're like supposed to be great. So I'm sure we have listeners that have all kinds of cool pets. Like I never had any, like we never had gerbils or hamsters or guinea pigs. We had none of that growing up.
We had it all. So my dad worked in a like a warehouse. He does like chemicals and anodizing, and
Oh,
he worked in a warehouse. And oddly enough, I don't remember where the warehouse was, but oddly enough, weird stuff would come in to the warehouse. So like we had a bunny for a little bit. We had a
really?
turtle that we named Mr. Tortelli. We had a parakeet that flew in once that ended up dying from a cocaine overdose. that this was apparently something that happened in the 90s. If y'all were bird owners in the 90s,
Okay.
there was this huge, like, cocaine ring that they were
What?
smuggling cocaine through birdseed. And it was like you would melt the birdseed, and I don't know what happened. But so our bird like lost all its feathers and was just strung out and then finally died.
Dang.
And we didn't find out until after it died that it was because it was hooked on cocaine.
Oh
But then
my,
we had hermit crabs, we had tons of stuff. And
oh
then we
yeah.
also had like a tiny dog, which really didn't matter, but like we're
Yeah.
big animal people. I like animals.
Oh yeah. No, Steve and I have always had dogs ever since we've been married. I only had growing up, I had one dog. I had to wait until I was like 14 and my brother was 10 and we got a puppy, a little Yorkie, and that was the only dog we ever had um growing up. And
My
but
nephew has tree frogs. He's had them for a couple of years
oh,
now. Like those
really?
bright green tree frogs.
Yeah. Now in college, we had a beta fish and my roommate
Those
had
things are
little.
mean.
Oh man, and we had back then, showing my age, we still had a phone that plugged into the wall. We did not have cell phones when I was in college. And the fish bowl was next to the phone, and that fish would get so mad anytime my roommate or I would get on the phone and stand next to its bowl. Like,
Right?
yeah, it was awful.
This
And
is
then
mean.
she had these little, I'm not even sure you're supposed to have them now. Those little tiny turtles, teeny tiny little turtles.
Oh.
She had two of those. I don't even know where they came from.
Is that a thing? Tiny turtles? I thought turtles were like alligators, like they just grow to their environment.
Ah, these never did.
I guess
But I
that's
mean,
not true because then a turtle would just keep growing.
we're not science teachers here on Bronson and Moms. We don't know. But we would
Our
have
turtle
to
died because
go.
it fell in the pool, so.
Oh, we would have to go to the pet store on campus and buy live crickets for these
Yes.
turtles. I was like, "Ugh, yeah, no, too much work.
Yeah.
Way too
I don't
much
want to do
work.
that. I
No,
don't want to buy anything live that I've got to feed my animal. I don't
no,
even do wet dog food. Like, if you're going to be a dog in our house, you're getting dry food.
you're getting kibble. You're like, ain't fooling with it.
No, I'm
Not
not
even
doing that.
messing with it. Well, we treated our dogs way better before we had a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I did the raw food for a hot second for a while, and then we would always feed them like green beans and tomatoes and pumpkin and all this like healthy, stuff and like raw meat, or we'd grind the meat or we'd boil the chicken. No, yeah. Then we had a kid and I'm like, we have a dog? Oh, yeah, someone should feed it.
Right. Because before you have a kid, a dog's your kid. And then when you have a kid, it's just a dog.
But nobody can tell you that when you're like pregnant. You're like, oh no, it'll just be a dog once you have a baby. You're like, no, it won't. This is our first baby. Yeah, no, that
No,
goes right out the window.
no. All right. Well, Christmas is coming up, so give me a fave holiday memory for Christmas.
I mean, I have so many, especially family ones. But you know what I was talking to somebody about the other day that I miss? I actually miss going to the mall. Like
Oh, yeah.
growing up, that's where you did all your shopping. We went
Yeah.
to the mall. It was a big deal. It was like a whole event. And then do you remember we would go, because again, I grew up in Ohio. You'd go do all your shopping in all the different stores. Remember they had like stores that had CDs and like cassette, like the music stores. You'd go
Oh,
in.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember saving my money to go get a CD.
Oh yeah. Well, but
Somebody's listening to us for the first time and they're like, maybe they're young and cool. And they're like, no, they're not.
no, they're not. But then I
They're
miss
old.
they would have, and they would be free. You didn't have to pay for them. You would go to the middle of the mall and they'd have a wrapping station set up. So we would like drop off all of our presents and then they would wrap them all while we went and like, had a pretzel or did some more shopping and came back and they were all wrapped.
We didn't have that in Plano, Texas.
Come on, Plano, get with it. Ohio did. We
No.
would go to like there was Eastland Mall, which we always went to. Then it got kind of, malls always end up like closing down.
Yeah.
So after Eastland closed down, then we had Westland. We go to Westland. That was the nice mall. And then it got crappy. And then we'd go to like Polaris. And then I don't even know if it's still there. I don't go to the mall anymore.
No,
I
we
do
never
not.
had that growing up. And I remember when I worked at Neiman's after college and they had a gift wrapping service. And I always knew that like the high end stores had a gift wrapping service.
Yeah.
But when I worked there, I bought something like a tie or something for my dad. And they're like, "Do you want us to wrap it for you?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like it was. This is the
So
height of
fancy.
luxury.
So fancy. Well, I don't go anywhere anymore. Like the mall here could be great. I don't know. I don't go. I do not like to be out in public after 10. That's about when I turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah,
Especially
no.
no, like especially a girlfriend, she sent me a picture the other day. It was like 2 o'clock. She was at Home Goods and the line was like
At
wrapped
2
around the
a.m.?
store. No, 2 p.m. 2 o'clock in the
Oh,
afternoon.
I
Two.
was like, good Lord.
But the line for Home Goods was like wrapped all the way around the store, down the block. I'm like, what are you doing? I would have walked right back out. But this
What do
is
you
why
need? What do you need so
nothing,
bad that you want to
nothing,
stand in that line?
nothing. The
Nothing.
older I get though, the less I like to leave my house.
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
do agree. I like my house.
I do like all my errands on one day. I knock them all out. I knock them all out early. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
No, that's a good one. So,
so
okay, I have a favorite holiday
yeah,
memory,
tell me
and my
yours.
sister is gonna laugh because we talk about this all the time because
Okay.
it was so funny, and it's so funny, and I hope it resonates or comes across as funny as it is. So we're like my sister are like teenagers, and my dad was a fun gift giver, but he's also a lot like Chris. Like he likes to go over the top if he can.
Yeah.
And this one Christmas, I mean, we wanted for nothing. There was presents galore
Yeah.
all over the living room. And everyone, we separated the presents because just the four of us, we separated the presents and we'd go in order, oldest to youngest or youngest to oldest the next year to open up the presents. And it got to my mom and she opened up this present and she opens it and it's a brand new suit. It's a lavender brand new suit, pants, skirt, jacket, the whole set in lavender. And she holds it up, looks at my dad, and goes, "What is this?" And he goes, "I got you a new suit," because she worked with the airlines and she wore a suit
Right.
every day. And
Makes
he
sense.
goes, "I thought you would like a new suit." And she goes, "I hate pastels. Why would you get me a lavender suit?" And he just looks at her and goes, "You're about to have a really bad Christmas." He got her, I'm not kidding, 8 suits. Lavender, pale yellow, peach, light green, every pastel color. Like he walked into a store and he was like, just give her all of these.
Oh my
She's gonna
gosh.
love all of them. And every time it was her turn, she's like, this is another damn suit. And he's like, it is. It's another suit.
Well, I have a lot of memories because back in the 80s, we video cameras were brand new and my dad would like set the video camera up on a tripod. And so we would
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you guys did that. We just had hours and hours of footage. Now
Of
we
you open presents.
that's it. And but now we film in like 30-second increments, right? But we would have like all day long the camera's just on a tripod. But what's fun is it would catch little things like that you wouldn't normally realize. And so back then we shopped at school. Do your kids shop at school? I don't think that's a thing anymore.
Yes.
They
No,
do?
my kids don't. And we used to do
Well,
that. My
yes.
parents would send me with a blank check because they knew I wasn't going to spend more, and kids would buy crafts at school.
It was so fun. So we always
So
did that.
fun.
Yeah, and I mean it was
Gotta
so
try and
cheap
bring
back
that
then. I mean
back.
my parents would send me with like 20 or 30 bucks and you'd buy for the whole family.
Yeah.
So I did that, and everyone's like opening their gifts from me, and I'm not really paying attention, but my mom opens underwear. And my dad's like, "Oh, that's from Amy." And I like spin around. I'm like 6. I'm like, "What? No, I don't buy her underwear at school. That's not for me." And I was so mad. So that is one of our favorite. We always say like, "I don't buy her underwear at school." But anyway, so I'm ready to gorge myself. I hope none of our listeners are counting calories or worried about like
Don't
what
do
they're
it.
don't do it because I have discovered some delicious treats. So go out to Target. It's like the only place you can get them. You know
Okay.
the snack factory pretzels that are like in the deli? They're the
Yeah.
flat pretzels. They have them all year long.
Mm-hmm.
In the holidays, they have a white chocolate covered peppermint one.
Heck yeah.
You can't
I
find it.
love a chocolate covered pretzel.
It
Oh,
is
it's so
so
good.
delicious. Now, Trader Joe's has a knockoff, but they're like regular pretzels. They're not the flat crisps, and it makes a difference.
I want to try this.
The only place I found them Well, I take that back. My dad, I put out an SOS because I was like, Dad, I need these treats for Christmas. He found them in Chillicothe at Sam's Club. I could only find them here in Houston at Target, and I bought the whole case. Like I just took the whole box.
You're
Like,
like, I'm gonna need a trailer.
oh my
Thanks.
gosh. So go get them. They're so good.
I'm not a big peppermint person,
Oh, you're
but
not?
that makes me want to make I used to chocolate covered pretzels just for like a little treat to
Oh, they're
give
so
people or bring
good.
in.
Yeah.
Like you could make that with the flat crisp, it'd be so good.
Yeah. And you could just like dip half and you wouldn't even have to put peppermint on it. But I
Or like
do.
do a drizzle. That'd
So
be so nice.
I don't do hot cocoa throughout the year. It's just not my thing. But at Christmas, I do hot cocoa with Bailey's and peppermint vodka. But you don't
That
like
sounds
peppermint.
awesome.
It's so good. And it's, not too much peppermint. But we also cracked open, we made homemade boozy eggnog at Thanksgiving and we just cracked it open a couple days.
I no. No. I do not do eggnog. I've never
Really?
tried it. It is one of those things that I've never tried, don't want to try because I hear it's bad for you. So it's on my list of I've also never had coffee. So I've never, nope, never had it. My sister loves eggnog, and I buy eggnog every year just to let her get drunk off eggnog because it brings me so much joy
But
because she's
why do
so
they
much
say
fun.
why is it bad for you?
I don't know.
Oh. Well,
Just
because
looks gross.
I don't like eggnog. Never have, never liked it. Buying it from the store seems disgusting. But a few years ago, when we were living with friends, they made it, and it's Alton Brown's aged boozy eggnog. And it is the most, like, if you like Bailey's or like a rum cream, that's what it tastes like. So I will do homemade boozy eggnog that has sat in the alcohol for at least 2 weeks, sometimes 2 months. So,
2 months. Wow.
oh yeah, you can age that stuff forever because it's eggs and like heavy cream and booze, like three kinds of booze.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I
So
don't think
anyway,
I could. I don't think
okay,
I could. No, but
okay.
my sister loves it, and I love drunk sister on eggnog. It's my favorite.
Well, that's
I look
fun.
forward to it every Christmas season.
Well, that's fun. That's fun. Well, to all of our Bronze Medal Mom listeners, we hope you have a fabulous holiday, with whatever you celebrate. And please remember that our next episode, because Amanda and I will be couch slothing with holiday movies.
We're in holiday mode.
Yeah, we're in holiday mode. The next episode that we are dropping is a fan favorite. It will be a re-release that you can listen to again.
Thanks, guys. Have a great holiday season and go into sloth mode with us. Don't count calories, just go have fun.
Bye, friends.
Thanks for listening to our moms on Bronze Medal Moms.
Don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends, and leave us a review. We'd love to hear from you. See you soon!